All right, formatting phone numbers. I've seen a few posts about this. I've seen a few people get very angry about this. I've seen a few different options. I want to show you all the options. You can choose which one works best for you, but I want to show you one that I personally use that not a lot of people actually use and not a lot of people know about. This is a situation. You type in a mobile number. If that is your number, I apologize. I just use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 after the 075. The problem is when you put the 0 in, it doesn't show it because it's formatted as a number and it doesn't care that there's a 0 in the front. It doesn't think it should be there. So what are your options? Well, the first one is you can right click and you can format cells and you can say format as text and then OK. And then when you put the 0 in, the phone number, it stays there. It thinks it's a number, it's formatted as text. Because it's a mobile number, it's not the end of the world that it's formatted as text because you just need to be able to read the number. But sometimes it just causes issues when you're trying to sort things like that. But it's a perfectly viable option. The other thing that you can do is you can put the little apostrophe thing here at the front with a 0. And what that does is it basically does exactly the same thing. Instead of formatting it as text, it just says list that as text in order to, that little apostrophe thing at the front just says show that as text, and then it will show the 0. The other option is to actually enter some blank spaces. So if we did what am I doing? Here we go. If we did a blank space there, and a blank space there, for example, to separate it out like we do a mobile number, then it actually shows that again, as it were text. It doesn't actually format it as text, but what this does is it's still formatted as a number, but it thinks that this line is text. So it kind of shows it as you've typed it in because it's got the spaces in. It doesn't see that as a value. It sees it as a what do they call it? Alphanumeric text, where it's got letters and text combined, numbers and text letters combined. So all of those will work. There's no reason why you shouldn't use that. What I personally prefer to do is actually format it as a number, tell it how many digits it should have, and then let it change your number that you enter as that particular format. So let me show you how to do that. If you right click and you say format cells, it gives you these are numbers, currency, accounting, blah, blah, blah. There's all various different options. What you do here is select custom, and then override where it says general, you actually put in the values, the format for your number. So if you said, for example, I want it to be that 4 digits, then 3 digits, then 4 digits, you put in the zeros with the spaces and tell it that's the format I want you to use, and then click OK. Now it does that. It's got the spaces and it's still seen as a value and it's formatted as a number. So what are the advantages of this? Well, the advantage of this is that you don't actually have to put the spaces in. You can see here when you're typing in a number. The other advantage is if you leave a digit off, you can see straight away that, hang on, there's 2 zeros there. That is not the right number. And you're able to actually go and edit it and change, and it automatically puts the spaces in. You don't have to put them in. So this time when you're copying in some other numbers, if you put in paste values, if they're all like this as they were initially as numbers, they will all automatically change to the right format. You don't have to sit through going through all the numbers, putting in all the different spaces and the zeros and all the rest of it. So those are the 3 options. I see people using the first 2 quite often. I see people using this one as well. I see other ones where it's a combination of all 3 and it's an absolute mess. But my personal preference is just to simply go in, change the formatting of the numbers, tell it where to put the spaces, and then enter everything as a number, as you would normally do, where the 0 would disappear, but it keeps it in the right format. So yeah, hopefully that's helpful to you if you are storing a whole bunch of phone numbers, and hopefully that will help you. Thank you very much.